Hello. Welcome. Welcome to Chilling with the Girls tonight. Our subject is going to be about a fresh start and a new you in 22. Are you ready for a fresh start? We're not going to take the old into the new. People always do that. We always take the old into the new. First of all, a disclaimer. We are not therapists. Tonight, we're having a conversation about how to get rid of toxicity. And it doesn't, what we're talking about isn't going to replace professional or professional medical advice. So if y'all use any information that we're talking about, use it at your own discretion.
Yes.
Don't be saying, no, Chilling with the Girls told me to dump my boyfriend because I was in all that kind of stuff.
We ain't say that. I ain't say that.
We're not saying that. But we are going to talk about detoxing your mind, detoxing finances, detoxing relationships, detoxing your body, decluttering your life. And just we're just going to have a conversation. And we just welcome you guys to join in.
Yeah.
Right.
I got another disclaimer.
Oh, what's that now?
It's probably not a disclaimer though. Just what is it? I just want to say, detox your mind, and the rest will follow.
But I want to say something. This the information I have. I didn't make it up. Some I got from experience, but I read what other people said. So So I'm not. No plagiarism, nothing like that. And Melanie, what else do you want to say? Your animal disclaimer anymore?
No more disclaimers. I want to say something though.
All right, what you want to say?
I want to say, based on what the Bible says, I'm going to bring some Bible in this.
Okay.
It says, men do not put new wine in old wineskins. Because if you do, the new wineskin is going to burst, and you're going to the wine's going to be bad, and the wineskin's going to be bad.
Yeah.
And also the Bible says you shouldn't put an old garment with a new garment.
Yeah, that's right.
Both the garments are going to rip. So before you can start afresh in a new, you got to get rid of some stuff. You got to detox. We're talking about detox and stuff, so we can have new. We want to have new, a fresh start.
I haven't seen that big smile on mommy's face, and I don't know how long. When you say I got the Bible, she's like, yeah. Oh yeah, amen. All right, you talking now, Todd.
Yes, you did, man. That's funny. That is funny. Yes.
So this is good. This is good because this is the last day of the year, isn't it?
Yes.
Where did the year go? Where did it go?
It's gone. It's gone. It's flying. Yes. We had Thanksgiving, Christmas, and now New Year's Eve.
Seemed like it was a day apart, seemed like.
Yes. Exactly. So we just want to give you guys some out there in virtual land, some helpful tips that you can use for if you want to. You don't have to. This is just advice and suggestions. That's it.
But I have something to say.
What you got to say?
A smile on your face too, Melanie.
All right.
The bottom line is what my daughter Tawanda said. The Bible. They give you excellent principles. Being wise, saving your money, being wise and not foolish. The bottom line is that. We could start the day off by starting to read it all the way through, and your life will be immaculate from A to Z, from alpha to omega, from top to bottom. From the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Now, ladies, you can carry on.
Hello, Boba.
So what we want to talk about, first of all, I'm going to refer to Carolyn Leaf.
Okay. And who is she?
She's a neuroscientist.
Oh, wow.
And, oh my goodness. And she talks about the mind and everything, and about the brain. And she was saying, like, okay, this is what happened. Okay. So I'm gaining weight and stuff, right? So I'm thinking, how can I not really? And I'm thinking, how can I detox my body? So in 2022, I wanted to detox, and I'm thinking about a lot of people, they do diets and all, especially they say it's a new year, I'm going to diet, I'm going to give this up, I'm not going to eat this, blah, blah, blah. And so what hit me was, wait a minute, I got to look for ways to detox my mind, first of all, because I want to eat a certain way, but unless I get my mind straight, it's not going to work. People are not going to stay on diets. They don't stay vegetarians, if their mind isn't focused on it, if they're not disciplined. So that's when I did a search on YouTube. So I started searching for detoxing the mind. Okay. That's when Curl and Leaf came up.
Wow.
I was within myself. So I just changed. First, I was like, detox the body, eat this, and detox to flush all this stuff out. Then I was like, I got to detox the mind first.
Yeah.
So then she said, it's the mind, the brain, and then the body. Because a lot of people are stressed, and they eat, they doing stress eating, which consists of potato chips, ice cream, cookies, because a lot of us gained a lot of COVID fat. Like it was COVID weight on us, but only because it was an unknown thing. We were walking into the unknown. We didn't know what was going on in the world. And now think about it, it's coming back around now. Things are starting to shut down, and people are worried and they're concerned, losing loved ones and all that kind of stuff. So stress causes you to eat or not to eat. Either way, it's unhealthy to eat too much, and it's unhealthy not to eat. So I figured, let me look at ways that I can detox my mind first. And so that's when I turned into Curl and Leaf. So
and you know what, your mind, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Your mind controls everything.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything. So like mommy said, the Bible, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. So once you have set in your mind, you can accomplish goals, dreams, visions, the weight loss that you want, your New Year's resolution. You can do all of that stuff, not just in the month of January, but throughout the whole year and throughout your whole life. Once you have it set in your mind, this is what I want to do. So once you have something set in your mind, and I think we had a lot of guests on our show in previous episodes where they were talking about your goals and your visions and, empowerment and, aspirations and, all that kind of stuff. And they would, it stemmed from here. It stemmed from your mind. So once you get your mind right, like I said, detox your mind and the rest will follow.
That's so true. It's so true.
I think I'm going to keep saying that throughout the show. I'm just let y'all know. So just be ready.
Getting their spirits.
Yeah.
So we wanted to look at the different type of ways you can detox your mind. I wrote down a couple things. Renew your mind, like Tawanda was saying earlier, with the word of God. That's the most important thing. Meditation. And a lot of the therapists will tell you it's important to meditate.
Yeah.
To get to, and you know what? It was so hard for me to do that. I could not meditate.
Wow.
Because I went in my living room and it was years ago, and I had candles going and I had the worship music going, and I sat in Indian style, and I'm just sitting here, and my mind was just going crazy. Like all this stuff was going through. I was trying to, and it was hard for me to shut it down. Like it's some of y'all probably have those problems. Sometimes it's so hard, like they say, meditate. It's so hard to shut stuff out because there's so much stuff going on in your life. It's so hard. And it takes a disciplined person to do that. And so remember that song that says, I command my soul to bless the Lord. I was thinking my mind to think this way. Think on the things that are good, are just, right, Mom? Have a good report. Again, that's the word of God,
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know what helped me with that? When I had so much stuff in my breathing.
Yeah.
You take in oxygen and, inhale and then exhale. It like calms you down.
Yeah.
It's just something about I'm just trying to look up what oxygen does. I know there's benefits of when when you're breathing and things like that.
Yeah.
It makes
think
you think
Tawanda.
clearly. It makes
Yes.
you think clearly. Yeah, and it
does.
helps you to focus.
Mm-hmm.
too.
Right. Yeah. And it brings air to all of your organs. You get like Nelson, you get oxygen in all of your organs,
Yeah.
and everybody thinks sometimes it's just in your lungs, but it's more than your lungs. It's your rib, it's everywhere. The rib cage is your shoulders. And a lot of times when you're stressed, if you just take the time out to just do some deep breathing, breathe in and out, in and out, and do it periodically throughout the day. Don't just do it one time.
Can you demonstrate it?
Can I say something else on the breathing? The breathing, may I say something? Like even when you go to the doctors, it has something to do with how you take, how you perceive what they're doing to your body. You get your pressure automatically goes up sometimes, and you're frightened. You're going to the doctors, to the dentist. And when you go there, just take a deep breath. Even when they're giving you needles, sometimes you need it, and you breathe.
I do that, Mom.
Yeah.
And to breathe the correct way, when you inhale, your stomach pokes out.
And they say this will go up too when you strengthen the lungs. And then when
you exhale, it goes back in.
Can you show us one? Can you do it? Let me see.
You want me to stand up and
know how to breathe?
Want people to see my big gut? Are you kidding?
No, I'm saying breathe.
Okay. All right. So you go.
Just like that. See that. I ain't see
I'm not going to stand up.
I know, but
but that's the correct way to
I believe you. I believe you, Tawanda.
And you get oxygen. And some people say when you breathe in, you breathe out with the S sound.
What?
You don't know what that does, but they said do it, so I do it too.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Look that up because I know I read about it. I'm gonna look it up and see what it does. I forgot it does something, but I forgot.
Y'all pray helps with your exercising too. When you exercise, and right after you exercise, you breathe.
Yeah, but it totally calms you down.
Yes, it helps you to stay focused.
Yeah, it does.
Because when you're breathing, sometimes you're not thinking about all this stuff that you're going through, all this chaos and stuff in your life. When you're breathing, you're concentrating on your breathing.
Yeah. Right.
And you don't, think about all this other stuff. So that's one of the reasons why breathing is good. Let me see. It says oxygen is necessary for healing.
That's good.
Yep. And I'm not a doctor. I'm just getting this off the internet, y'all.
Y'all want to pay us?
Right?
Feel free. We'll put our Cash App down there.
With the sound that she's saying.
I think somebody said, Tawanda, when we were writing this stuff down, you were like, what do you mean working on a puzzle or a craft to detox your mind?
Oh, yeah. What? Oh man, come back to me on that. Come back, because
I was telling you about the craft
down.
Yeah, now I told you about the craft. The lady, an elderly lady, gave a show about it, and she researched it. It's good for you and for anxiety attacks in different parts of your brains, different parts of your body, and if you're focusing on that. Her thing was knitting and crocheting, and Tawanda is like a craft person.
Right.
So she know how it comes.
I can't.
You need something else to do.
And also crossword puzzles. When you do crossword puzzles, that also calms you down, and helps you out as far as getting rid of stress and stuff, But you have and also you're teaching yourself something. When you do crossword puzzles, you're learning as well.
Yeah.
So that's a part of renewing the mind.
Yeah.
Renewing the mind, writing too, reading and writing.
Yeah.
Write down your thoughts, your plans. That's another scripture. Write the vision and make it plain, and that takes away stress too. And also clean your house. Even cleaning the house is not stress per se. It's work, but it helps you to find things, everything in its place, a place for everything. everything in its place.
That's my
And that
house.
will save you money, save you
Yes.
time, save you
Sanity.
stress. You won't buy
Right.
stuff again 2 and 3 times.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so that's
And
it.
then when you have a cluttered house, you procrastinate, because you can't find stuff, so you don't do stuff. Well, I can't find this, so forget it. I'm not going to, spend my time to do that.
Mhm.
But if you declutter your house, you don't procrastinate as much because you know where things are and you get
Mhm.
things done. So that's what I was
Right.
thinking, Mel, when you said declutter your mind.
Mhm.
But if you declutter your house as well, that will get rid of a lot of stress,
Mhm.
a lot of anxiety, because like somebody was saying, when I can't find something, I just start throwing stuff around.
Mhm.
That is crazy. That's
Oh,
more
wow.
stress and more anxiety because then
Yeah.
you got to clean that
can't throw
stuff
it
back up, So
So
Yeah.
like when you get all this junk mail, you do 3 things to it. You file it, you address it, or you trash it,
Right.
and filing. And
That
that
is
saves you
so
so much
good.
stress just to
Yeah.
file your stuff away. Because I remember my girls got me this office for Mother's Day 2 years ago. I didn't want to get rid of anything because your dad bought me that old desk. It wasn't, the colors didn't blend,
Oh,
but it was nice
Mom.
and clean. And it was nice. But they bought me everything so I could file my stuff. So and then I got my children, and it's so much fun. It makes you feel good to do your work. It makes you get happy when you're doing something. You're relaxing.
When it's
And
clean.
where's my income tax from 2008? You just get right up and pull it out because
Pull
it's
the
filed
file.
away.
Yes,
And you're not
organized.
looking. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I wanted to tell y'all, if y'all watching us from the Chilling with the Girls Facebook group,
Mhm.
if you download Restream, your name will show up and your picture will show up. But right now, if you comment from our Facebook group, since you didn't download the Restream app, it just shows up like Facebook user. So that's why I be asking Mel, can you look on there to find out who said what? Because somebody was like, hey,
Oh,
and then somebody
okay.
else said, teach y'all. And I just wanted to give a shout out to who's saying that, but your name isn't coming up next to your comment. It just says it has Facebook user.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me pull that
Yeah.
up.
And another way to renew your mind is to teach your brain something new. Like if you are accustomed to using your right hand for something, use your left hand. If you brush your hair all the time with your right hand, use your left hand. So you're teaching your brain to use your left hand. It's something new, and that helps you renew your mind. That helps you renew your mind.
You know what I'm thinking?
I want to say, women, Mom, real quick. Tawanda, it's Tiffany McCallum.
Oh,
that's my sister.
That's real good. What were you going to say, Mom?
I was thinking about when you use the other hand. What's that word for ambiguity or something like
ambidextrous.
that?
Ambidextrous.
And you're learning how to use your other hand in case this hand is occupied, or maybe you may have a pain in it or something, and you can work nonstop. You learn how to use it.
And also you renew brain cells. You renew brain cells that were not.
They renewed every day, but we kill them out every day too by not doing anything. But they are our brain cells are renewed. That's every day. Do y'all know what this is?
Absolutely.
This is
a brain cell.
This is a cell phone.
Yes.
And what the cell phone did, y'all, it messed up our brains. If we don't have our cell phones, I can't call. And I only know 2 or 3 numbers. I don't even know my home number. And I was talking to my son the other day about it. And I was like, yep, we get new brain cells every morning, but then we kill them out. And so what I suggest we do in this coming year, 2022, is start putting in people numbers, like write it on a piece of paper. Then when you call somebody, actually put that number
Dial
in.
their number.
Dial it in. Dial the number in so you can remember that, and that will renew your brain.
That's what we used to do years ago. Years
and
ago.
I used to know all your numbers. Now I only know 2.
Our brain was our phone book.
Yeah.
We didn't need what I'm saying?
I think because we had that rotary phone.
You had to remember that number.
2, 3.
Because if you messed up, if you put your finger in the wrong hole, you got to start all over again.
Right.
Woo! That is funny. We should probably show a rotary phone. Some people don't even know what a rotary phone is.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Some people don't know what a rotary phone is.
How about directions? Like if you get somebody directions, like years ago, they should just go a little piece down the road. Like at the next time you see a tree, the oak tree, hang a left, go another pace and hang a right, and you'll be right there. And then we learn directions with the GPS.
Oh no, I have to tell it. I have to tell
this
the story.
Amazon sells rotary phones.
No way. No way.
I am not lying.
But hold up. Can I tell my story?
Okay, tell your story.
This story, oh man. I was living somewhere and somebody was giving me directions to this building. And of course, I'm ready for street names, right? You know, or signs or something. And they were like, okay, so you go down here to that first stop sign, then you make a left at that stop sign, and you pass 2 stop signs, and you make. And I was like, wait a minute.
No street name.
No street name. They were like, you know what that is, girl. You know what a stop sign is. They were getting upset with me because they weren't giving me street names.
Well, did the stop sign go different? Because were they all red or was some of them green? I mean,
none of them were blue and none of them were purple. All of them were red.
The thing about it, what I used to do when I lived in Michigan, when I first moved to Michigan, I would get me a map, guys. I would get a map and find my way. When I went there, Tawada was there. Tawada was like, "How do you get to?" They was asking me how to get to the church. I'm like, "Well, I just moved there, but I knew how to get around in Michigan by myself in Detroit because I had a map on that seat. And every time I left the job, I would go a different way home with my map, and that's how I learned my directions. But you know what? I want to do the same thing with that GPS. I want to go because you can still print the map. If you go to Google and look up directions, you can still print out a map. Yeah,
that must have taught me because when I moved to Indiana, I carried my phone book with me everywhere because the phone books had maps in it. So I learned all because the phone book. You remember that? They used to have maps in it.
Yeah, those big yellow phone books, the big yellow book.
But you know, everywhere I went, I used to buy maps because we traveled a lot. But you couldn't keep that map for a long time because street names changed. And one time I ended up in a dangerous area. My husband and we're going to Indiana. We were stalks of cornfield all by ourselves.
Tell that story.
Cornfield? You better run, man! You should have ran!
We were driving. But because you have to update those maps. And sometimes the roads would change, like a year, like 2 or 3 years, they change. And I found out you have to keep it.
But you know, in the phone book, they're going to update because the phone books come out, they don't come out the same, they come out different times, you know? So the phone book's going to update the maps.
Oh, now I would buy the United States
like the
map,
atlas or something.
The big map, and then you have every state had a page, and the cities in the state, and it was nice. I loved them so much. Couldn't drive, I could read that map.
That's how you sharpen your memory. So we're talking about detoxing your mind and renewing your mind. So we was giving you ideas on how to sharpen.
And one more thing I think too, to renew your mind, educate yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we have the internet, you know, we have the internet on our phones, on our tablets, on our laptops, you know, and we have a wealth full of information. You know, the libraries even have free databases that you can tap into at home.
Right. And so,
you know, so
when you were talking about educating yourself too, I was thinking about, when you said is learn something new, you know, so next year, learn something new to renew your mind, all that kind of stuff. And I was thinking about learning something new also helps you to cultivate your gifts. You don't know what you can do.
That's true.
So it might stir up some stuff that's lying dormant and you was like, oh my goodness. So
that's good.
Learning something
that is very good. Yeah.
Just taking that time out. The thing about it, we have to get out of the TV.
Yeah.
You know, and just
So
discipline
true.
ourselves and tell ourselves,
Help us,
I'm going to
Jesus.
learn. What am I going to learn? And learn something new every month. I think we should learn
That's
something
right.
new every month.
That's
And
right.
so
That's
another
good.
thing we had down here, building your self-esteem. You know, don't let
Mhm.
anybody tell you who you're not, but
Mm-hmm.
repeat and practice and rehearse what God said about you, that you're
Mm-hmm.
fearfully and wonderfully made and everything, and how
Mhm.
you're created in the image of God after his likeness, you know, and just
Right.
build up your self-esteem. You know, don't walk
That's right.
around depressed, lost, and don't let anybody define who you are. You know, don't
Mhm.
let, it was talking about going into the toxic relationships. Don't let a guy define who you are next
Mhm.
year. You know, just
Yeah.
know who you are.
Get to
What
know
I want to
yourself.
say, walk in your singleness.
Right. And get to know yourself.
Get to
You know,
yourself.
get to know who
Absolutely.
you are. Get to know what your dislikes are, what
Yeah.
your likes are. You know,
And-
and before the COVID and stuff, and I was going through a singleness, and I was told to take myself on a date, and I was like, really? And so I did. I went to a restaurant. I went to, you know, I took myself out on a date to get to know myself. You know, by
Mhm.
myself. You know, so get to know who you are in this.
Who did you
year.
talk to when you went on your date?
On my dates?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to tell you. I talked to myself
Mm.
So Linnea Jordan
on a
said,
screen. I
"Hello,
talked to
ladies,
a
Happy New
screen
Year."
too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Linnea Jordan said, "Hello, ladies, Happy New Year Eve."
Hey, see, that's my cousin.
Hi.
Hello, Linnea.
Yeah, know who you are. I like that, Tawanda. And we
And
already
how
talked
about
about
this? Even though you may know something very well, take a refresher course,
take a refresh.
Yeah.
because things are constantly updating, and you can be knowledgeable, and it helps you even when you stand on a platform to talk. When you know what
Yeah.
you're talking about, it gives you
That's so
self-assurance.
true.
You're not
Yes.
afraid of people. And even if you don't know anything, just listening and learn to be quiet. You learn by listening and being quiet. See
Yeah.
how
so
people do things.
Oh, I forgot to
That's
say
true
that.
as well. And when you do that, you learn what not to do a lot of times too.
Mhm.
Right.
You learn
All
what
the
to do
time.
and what not to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
Now
absolutely.
let's talk about detoxing your finances.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Real good.
I know.
The
Discipline.
Pay
Yes.
yourself first. I was reading this book about remember I was telling you about the automatic millionaire stuff.
Mhm. Mhm.
Couple came into the office. They were in their early 50s and they were millionaires. And they was like, oh, we paid ourselves for years. You know, they've been married for like 30 some years or whatever. And they were saying how they saved their money and they did it automatically so they didn't see it. And so that's something I'm gonna do. You know, go and fill out your deposit slip if you're working and send it to your job and tell them I want to send this amount into this account and send this amount to that account and just pay yourself where you don't even see it. So before you know
Right.
it, money accumulates. So that's another
Yeah.
way.
It takes discipline too. You must
So what do you
discipline.
mean you don't
and-
see it? Because I mean, because I do like direct like deposit, not just direct deposit,
Yeah.
but after I get my paycheck or something,
Yeah.
I put money away into separate accounts. Is that what you're
Right.
talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
Because you can do that online. You don't have
Yeah.
to do a deposit slip or whatever. So I have it set up to like automatic withdrawal.
To come out your account.
It comes out of my
Oh,
account.
My job does it for me. So
Well, Melanie,
Oh.
what I did when I
paid-
was working,
yeah, when
you
I get
remember when-
paid, oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
excuse me,
Mom.
I was saying like when I was working, like I wanted y'all to, all of you have gifts like for Christmas, and they would do that, you know, all through that year for about 10
Yeah.
months. And it was like,
Yeah.
Melanie say automatic withdrawal, and you didn't see it. So you don't tend to miss it if you don't
Yeah.
see it. At
And
the
get
end
an
of the
account.
year.
Get an account and don't get a debit card. Because I opened up a bank account at PNC actually last year. And they were like, you want a debit card? Nope, don't give me. And they sent me a debit card, but it's in my drawer somewhere. Like I just lost it. Like
I
don't
shredded
see
it.
everything can go
Yeah.
into my savings account. That's a bank. Like I don't even have a PNC bank account.
Yeah.
I'm not worrying about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that because and the thing about it, stop spending frivolously, like spending and another thing, Tawanda, be quiet.
Yes. I didn't say anything.
She didn't say nothing.
Did
She
y'all
didn't
even
say
see my
nothing.
mouth move?
That's your guilty conscience.
It's
I think
not.
that's what her guilty conscience.
called
No,
I think so. I heard that.
I spend because I need stuff. But it's called,
Is that what it's called?
Shame.
It's called, and so I put down here my notes was stop emotional spending, invest your money, and sow into a charitable organization.
Yeah. Yeah,
because
absolutely.
the Bible said you reap what you sow. So let's sow
That's right.
Next year. We're still talking about a fresh start, a new you in 2022.
22.
That's right. And
Whoop,
also,
whoop.
like
Yes.
you said, the Bible said, would you say you reap what you sow? Also, the Bible says God gives seed to the sower. So when you sow, you get more to sow.
Seed.
More.
Yes.
Yes. Come on now. More seed.
How about having someone to hold you accountable?
Yes, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
That's
Yes.
good,
Absolutely.
Mom.
And then you hold each other accountable. You know? So as someone holds you accountable, you hold them accountable. You hold each other accountable.
Right.
So you can keep doing,
Yes.
And yeah.
And now we're going to talk about detoxing your body.
Oh, Lord, jeez.
Did we finish the
Do we
finances?
have any vegan people here? Are y'all vegan? Are y'all vegetarians? Are y'all anybody here vegetarian?
Oh, wait a minute. Tawanda asked you a question. She said, did we finish financing?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. And she said so. Right. I think we did. Yeah. But I'm not a vegan,
I know you.
but I do eat like a vegan a lot, and I eat like a pescatarian. Yeah. So that's how I eat.
Tell
I
us
eat really,
what that
really
is?
healthy.
Pest?
I
Like
eat
a
healthy.
pastor or something.
A pest, like a pest? A pescatarian.
You
A pest.
pescatarian?
No, Sam, not a
But
pescatarian.
Tawanda, but check this out.
A
You
pescatarian.
You have to understand this too. Oh wow, Renee is coming on, y'all.
Uh-oh.
They got up from work early tonight. Okay.
Wow.
Something. I was trying to bet her on. I guess she's coming in. So Tawanda,
Yes.
you said you're more like a pescatarian, right?
I
think
like,
it's more of a, because you don't eat dairy, you know what I mean? So
Oh,
you know
yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
eat dairy.
So to me, that's why I can't be a vegan, because it's too stringent. Like it's so you got to be really disciplined. Because I like pasta. I like cheese.
You can get gluten-free pasta.
No, but it tastes like cardboard.
It does
does.
not.
Yes, it
no,
does.
it does not.
I think you
Why does
just
vegan
Absolutely
food
not.
taste like real food? Her food
I think
tastes
you
well.
just
Tastes
acquired.
good.
You just acquired it. I don't know what happened to Renee.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
come
you
on
did,
back, Renee.
Tawanda.
You said it right now, Tawanda. You
Yeah.
acquired
That is not
Because
true.
you know,
because
like
I
some
know
people,
when food is nasty and bad.
but you know, like
absolutely
when
know.
people can't cook and they be cooking, like, oh, this tastes so good. You
I
like,
don't know.
that's in
I
your
don't
mind,
know.
boo boo. That's
I've
in your
never,
mind.
ever heard of that
You
before in my
psych your
life.
mind out.
You know
I've
why?
never heard of somebody
Because
who can't
Tawanda's
cook
food
and say
tastes
it tastes
good.
good.
when
I
somebody
like
comes
that
along,
food.
I made mom some. What I make you, mom?
I have.
Soup when I was
Tofu
6
soup.
and
Oh, she loved
it
it.
was delicious.
And
I
she
like
wanted me to
it.
make her some more.
but
And it was
Tawanda,
good.
you have to
But you know what?
agree with
There
us.
is vegan food that's not good, and I won't eat it.
And it's too salty too.
You gotta agree with us, because it's like somebody who gave up salt. If they eat salt, it would taste so. If you can just give them a little
It'd
bit,
be
Yeah.
really, really
they
salty.
gave it
That's
up.
right.
Yeah, their senses are so tuned. It's like, oh my goodness, it's too salty. Like I didn't even put any salt in there. But the fact they're not used to eating it, your palate changes. So I think
Come
your
on,
palate-
okay. So I can cook something that's vegan and it not turn out right, and I'm like, oh, that was
Yeah.
not it. You know what I'm saying?
But your
So-
palate changed. Your
palate-
palate
Well, I think
changed.
it has.
But you
I
know
do
what
agree with
Tawanda
that. My
cooked?
palate has
Tawanda
changed.
cooked that cheese. What was that? The cake that Daddy liked? What was the cheesecake or something? What did Daddy like?
The banana pudding.
Yeah,
The
she
vegan banana
made
pudding.
a vegan banana pudding, and people was buying it like it was real.
But that's fine. But our point is not. We're not saying that everything that you make is not good. We're saying that since you've been eating healthy and since you've been
Yeah.
eating vegan food, your palate has changed.
My
So
palate has changed. I agree.
someone who is not a vegan, you know, has been eating meat, milk, gluten, all you know, sugar, all of that kind of stuff, it's going to taste different to them.
Yeah.
It's not going to,
I agree.
it's not going to be appealing to their taste buds because it's something new to them.
I agree. And let me just explain why I agree. Because my doctor had me taking this specific regimen, and it was disgusting. Do you hear me? And I had to drink that stuff. But as my body was detoxing while I was drinking it, I tell you, I'm not even exaggerating. I was drinking it, and it was so nasty. And right in the process of drinking it, it got good as my body was detoxing. So my palate has changed.
That's saying that we need a detox when stuff tastes good to us like that, that's unhealthy for us. That's saying that, do you know, like when I went to this nutritionist in Michigan, she was saying your body actually craves for stuff to heal itself.
Yeah.
Like one time I was craving for salads. I was like, I just been eating all this salad, and it's like, and I don't even eat salad like that. She said, because you're toxic.
Yeah.
And your body is craving for this healthy stuff to heal itself.
Yeah.
So we have to allow our bodies to heal itself. Let's do that in 2022.
Wow.
But once we get off of it, let's not go back to it.
Right.
About it, when we change our habits and all that kind of stuff, we go back to our old habits.
Right.
And so
Can I share an easy detox? It has nothing to do with your eating or drinking. All you do is you take an onion, you cut it in half, and you chop it up, and you get I went to the Dollar Tree, guys, and just bought a whole bunch of socks, because after I did it for a day, I threw my socks away. But you just take one onion, you chop it in half, and then you dice it really, really fine, and you put half of it in one sock, and you put the other half in another sock, and then you put those socks on your feet. And what I did was put Ziploc bags on my feet so I couldn't smell it, because this does not smell good. And I did that for a whole week, for 8 hours every day. And let me tell you, that detoxes you without eating or drinking anything else.
Wow.
That's a way to detox your body.
I tried
that's
that
one.
one, remember?
And you did it for the whole time, the whole 8 hours?
Nah, you know, I can't try nothing for a long time. I tried, and Tawana was
You gave up.
I was walking around the house with my onion socks on, my Ziploc bags, the onions were getting.
You can't walk around the house.
I was like,
sit
oh,
still.
this is. And Tawana was like, no, Tish, you sit still when you do it. Don't be walking. I'm walking around the house, and onions crunching all this thing, my toes. It was the worst feeling. I threw that mess in the garbage. I didn't even finish. I think it was a few days I was trying to do it.
After every day, guys, throw the socks away. Get a new pair of socks each day. But that helps to detox. That will detox you. It does.
But you said for a week?
A week, one whole week.
1 week. Okay.
Or or like a work week, like 5 days, like a work week.
Okay.
Must be something like what an herbalist. We went to an herbalist person. He's not a medical doctor, herbalist, and they did something like it to dad. You know, those clocks. But what they did, they put him in this basin and put the solution in it, like soda and vinegar, stuff like that, and turn it on, and it bubbled. And you could see like the little clocks, like little wiggly, black squiggly things coming out of his feet. And the water turned black. They say you need to do that periodically. It was costly, but it worked. You know, it worked for that time. And I actually saw it. And he emptied that basin, did the other foot, and those squiggly things was coming from off his feet. So it's a lot of stuff to it. Herbs and stuff.
A way to clean yourself out.
I don't think we really know how toxic our bodies really
Yeah. Because we put stuff in it all the time. That's not good
and
for
a
us.
lot of this natural herbs, we wouldn't have to be doing all this medication. You know, you have to be medicine.
So true.
Tawanda, what about the lemon water? Remember you were talking about
the
Remember you were talking about the lemon water, Tawanda?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the recipe.
I thought Mel was talking about the lemon water.
That. Huh?
I thought Mel was talking about lemon water.
No, you did that in Michigan. You you made some lemon water, right?
Oh no, that was the what was that? The lemonade detox, something like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was a book I read about the lemonade detox. And yeah, so that's another way to detox. However, that's you're drinking this lemon and water and organic maple syrup and cayenne pepper concoction. And you're drinking that for like 10 days, a week. So that's a little more strenuous than putting onions in your socks. That's a little more strenuous.
Renee said she's still, I think she's still doing this. You drink hot, what is it? What do you drink?
The hot lemon water in the morning. Yeah, it's very healthy for you. And y'all was talking about changing your eating habit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I find that when you start cooking like potatoes or whatever, and you don't season it, it will give off its own flavor.
What flavor is that?
I mean,
Wait, what? I missed that. I totally. Say that again, Renee. Wait,
the
say that again.
potatoes will flavor themselves. The string beans flavor themselves.
If with lemon, you mean?
No, just boil a potato.
Water.
Don't put no seasoning in or anything. You'll find out that it will flavor itself with its own flavor. Mel.
The potato.
What I'm thinking.
Right, do you put salt in the water?
No.
But see what happened. Now what I've done, the salmon that we've gotten used to eating without salt.
It's like paper.
It's nasty, but you get an acquired taste for it. You get an acquired taste for it.
That's
the
like
only thing
beets.
about in the United States, like we want everything to just be so perfect and
Flavorful.
Tastes so
all that
good.
kind of stuff with the sugar. I was at this house, and this family, we black folk, when we put sugar in our tea,
Everything.
we use almost 5-pound bag
Not me.
of sugar. I'm just saying how some people, sometimes the tea is so sweet that it tastes warm.
You're right. You are right.
This stuff tastes like, it's like syrup. It's literal.
Right.
And that's how we like our food, our stuff. And that's why we have a lot of diseases and sickness, in our body, because we're not eating right.
So let me say, I just looked it up about the benefits of lemon water.
Okay.
And it says lemons are nutritious. A fruit is packed with vitamin C and antioxidants. And so it helps it helps your digestive system. It helps fight off infection, and it boosts your immune system.
Oh.
So that's the benefits of drinking lemon water every day.
Yeah, the three things that we should eliminate from our diet: sugar, salt, and fat. And those are the three things that make food taste tasty, and it's addictive. The more you eat this stuff, the more you need to buy. You want it, but you train yourself. I trained myself to drink tea without sugar, because in the country we didn't have money for sugar, so we ate a lot of stuff without sugar, and which was tea with no sugar. And we just
let me just say that the body needs fat, but not saturated fats. So you can get natural fats like avocado that has the good fat. So you can get good fat, but you stay away from the saturated fat. That's the bad fats.
Yeah.
But you know, to one of the good stuff is so costly. It's cheaper to buy 15 cents.
Sometimes.
Not true now.
Really?
It's different now.
But
it's different now.
Yeah. It's not as bad.
About it, like,
depends on where you go.
Stuff, vegetables and fruits and everything. And stuff like there are other seasons you can put on it, herbs, like salt and everything. You can like really season your food without salt.
Yeah. So I use garlic powder.
Yeah.
And it has no salt in it,
Garlic powder, onion powder.
Onion powder.
Yes, absolutely.
Oregano, like all those spices and stuff.
Pepper is a good spice.
Turmeric.
Turmeric is a very good spice to use. Yeah.
Renee?
What about black pepper? Is that good for you?
Yep. Black pepper.
Yeah.
Yes. Black pepper.
Black pepper is good.
Very good.
Yeah.
But,
so that's a good idea, Melda.
Uncle Rudy be saying, like, you a vegetarian? that food not healthy. I was like, what's all that? Mushrooms, onions?
It's very healthy.
I said, I'm not eating processed food. I'm actually eating food. I'm just cooking.
Exactly.
Everything from the Garden of Eden is good to eat. He said it was all good.
And he said,
unless you put it in the can, man messes up by having canned. Put it in the can.
But he said, and
having it
processed.
processed.
He said it's meat. He said eat the vegetable. He said the vegetables and the fruits is for meat.
It's for meat. That's right.
And going to Paul. I keep going to eat. Y'all go to Paul. I go to eat.
Go to eat. I'm going to eat too sometime.
Time.
And then you can juice your vegetables. You can juice your carrots, you can juice, your different vegetables. Oh, I have to tell this funny story. I juiced some beets and with some other stuff, and I let my husband taste, because you can't fix beets up. I'm sorry. So when he said, he got so mad. He was like, "Girl, you gave me dirt." I was
like dirt.
I'm like, it's not dirt. Like beets, fresh beets taste like dirt. You know why? Because it's a root vegetable. It's a root vegetable. That's why it tastes like dirt. Yeah. So, but that's all so healthy for you. So eat.
So we talked about right. So we talked about detoxing the mind, detoxing the body, finances. Now we're going to go into relationships. That's important for your health, for your brain health and your mind health. First of all, I want to say, don't stay in an abusive relationship, whether it's mental abuse, physical abuse, intimidation, spiritual possession, controlling, verbal abuse, financial abuse. Just get out of that in this year, So the thing, and you know what? I'm praying that God would just break soul ties, ungodly
soul ties. Right?
Yeah. Because, when you're in an abusive relationship, you can't think straight, you can't even function really.
Yeah. You make all kind of bad decisions, you make all wrong decisions because you can't function and you can't think straight. So
now I saw some solutions for an abusive relationship. The first one was to accept that the abuse isn't your responsibility.
That's good.
And the second one is to disengage and set personal boundaries.
Yeah.
So, set standards, say, okay, no, I'm not going this far or whatever. Or once they cross this line, I'm out. Yeah. You got to set boundaries, and if they go across it, you got to make that move, to leave.
Right.
The other one is to exit the relationship with circumstance. And the last one, and this one is good, give yourself time to heal.
Absolutely.
So before you get into another relationship, and if you've been in an abusive relationship, it's good to, give yourself take some time for yourself. Like Tawana said, learn who you are, learn your likes and your dislikes and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes it does take time. So let yourself heal.
Don't let people change you.
I ask a question. I have a question of how do you avoid getting to it in the first place, and how do you avoid repeating it? A lot of times people repeat the same thing.
Well,
and how do you avoid from getting into it in the first place?
You have to heal yourself. It's
and then
in you that's drawn to that type of personality. So you have to heal first before that's how you avoid it.
And then you have to love yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself well. Look yourself in the mirror and find something good about yourself. Something that's going to uplift yourself, uplift you, love yourself. That was the scripture says, love your neighbor as yourself. But if you don't love yourself, you can't even love your neighbor. But just love yourself first. Find out what's going to make you hurt. Find out what's, going to make you go through pain, and then disengage from that, love yourself,
And I ask the question, how do you prevent from getting into it in the first place? Is there
I think sometimes you may have to make a list of your boundaries. You make a list of, you know, the things that you will allow and things that you won't allow. And if you see those signs, if you see those red flags, I'm not going, nope, I see this red flag. I'm not going to get into that. Don't think that you're going to change this person. You know what? I'm just going to pray for them. I'm going to pray, you know, I'm going to turn my plate down for 3 days. They're going to change. I know they're going to change.
Forever.
Because God can do anything.
Right.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can do anything.
One thing. If you're in a relationship and that person is not adding on to you, you need to get out of that. Anything, if they're taking from you, if they're subtracting from you, in a relationship, they should be adding to you or multiplying to you.
And if you feel drained, exhausted, and tired,
that's not a good relationship.
It's not good.
That's not a good relationship.
Is that what you're supposed to be looking for when you go on a date and not for a free dinner? Should you be looking for signs on a date? That's what dates are for.
Like we were talking about before, don't ignore the red flags because so many people.
We had that show.
They gonna
remember that show? Was that our first show?
That was our
first episode. Don't ignore the red.
Somebody said, I think it was Medea. I can't believe they said when somebody show you who they are, believe them.
Yeah,
that was Was that Maya Angelou?
Yes, that was Maya.
Yeah. Okay, we had another guest on our show, and this is what she said. Listen to you. I am sorry I gave you the impressions that I'm comfortable with whatever. That was the old me. Okay.
Oh,
so
that's
the
good.
new me is not going to accept. So we're talking about coming into a fresh and a new. I'm not going to accept what I used to accept. That's the old me. You know. So I wrote that down. And I was like, yes, that was a good word.
That
I
is
gave
good.
the impression that I wasn't comfortable with that. That I was comfortable with that. Well, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know,
So
and be real,
Renee,
true to yourself.
Wait, Renee has something to say. Go ahead,
I'm sorry, Renee.
Yeah, I was saying I have two things. Like Mommy was saying, when you're going on a date, it's not for a dinner. You are going to collect data on, you know, what this person is all about and everything. And also, it was another thing about why you know, when you dating and everything, people taking advantage of you because you are too nice. You don't have to be too nice, because if you're too nice, they're just going to take advantage of you, you know. And I told my daughter, you know, when she go on a date or going into a relationship or whatever, make sure the person is good to you and good for you, both of them, because they can be good to you, not good for you. Or they're going to be good for you and not good to you. So make sure they are good for you and good to you.
Well, I don't know if they could be good, not good to you and be good for you.
Huh? What you say?
No, I said I don't think they can be not good to you, but be for you. I think they not, and then tell them get the stuff in. My thing is this: when you go to a dinner with somebody, this is me. Right? When you go out with somebody, pay for your own food. Don't even give them that kind of, that type of power over you. Pay for your own dinner.
Because they feel like they feel like, hey, wait a minute,
something.
I paid for this. So you owe me. Yeah.
Well, you tell them up front, you buy me dinner and you ain't getting nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Don't give no hidden agendas. You just tell them, you know, from the jump.
This is nothing else.
You ain't getting nothing else.
Right.
Let me just tell y'all, here are some things to look for: control and coercion. It says they might be rude to your friends. Like they try to keep you away from your family because they want you to themselves, you know. And they said they criticize the way you look, the way you dress, or the things you say. Checking your text messages and emails to see who you're talking to, making threats to share intimate details about you to other people, and putting you down in front of other people or in private. So if you're going through that kind of stuff, it's just nobody is that fine. I'm serious.
Yeah.
No guy
Yeah.
is that fine.
Mm-mm.
And my thing is, make your own money. If you want to be with somebody because they have money or what, because let me tell you something.
Mm.
I was like, Lord, I was looking for a millionaire. Like my fence was so high up, I was looking for a millionaire. Then it came to me, be your own millionaire. So
Be your own millionaire.
Be your own millionaire. Be your
Right,
own
right,
woman.
right.
Be independent. You know, don't
Yeah.
rely on a guy for anything, because that's being vulnerable to them, and they are going to take advantage of your vulnerability.
Yes, I was going to say that. Because like when Renee said you were going on a date to collect data, I used to tell the young ladies I work with, when you are with a guy, be quiet. Don't talk so much. Because women just want to and let him talk. Like Renee said, you're collecting data. You want to hear what he's got to say. Because a lot of times when we talk so much, we show our vulnerabilities, Letitia, like you said, and then they play on that. You know, then they, I got her, because I can say this and she'll melt, you know? So be quiet and let him talk, you know, more so you can learn who he is.
What if he quiet? You quiet and he quiet. Nobody said.
That's a red flag.
You just
So you leave. So you ain't saying nothing.
That's a red flag. Excuse me, I have to use the bathroom. I gotta go powder my nose, and you're out of there. That's a red flag.
Don't come back.
And
don't come back. No more dates.
Drive your own car.
Have your own car. Get the bus.
That's a red flag. No.
You know what? It sounds like y'all gonna be dating a bunch of sinners. There's a born again Christian like your daddy would never do that.
Wait.
They
what?
are sinners.
I'm not even going.
That's not true. That's not true, Mom.
We don't have time to get into that, right?
I'm not going to get into what you just said, Mom. Because
what did I say?
Because I'm not going to get into it, especially over here. It says somebody said that goes both ways, ladies. It's not just the men, it's the women too.
It does. It's for women too.
So
women can be terrible.
Point, but it is both. It goes
That's
both
true.
ways.
That is true.
Because you got women out there who are looking for vulnerability, who are gold diggers, who are not looking for love. They just
That's true.
To use
That is
you
true.
as guys. So we're not. This is not a one-sided thing. I guess it's just
that's true.
like
That's very true.
Women talking, but it's on both sides.
Thank you for that.
Women can belittle men and all that, or be controlling over them, be jealous.
That's
and
true.
All that kind of
and
stuff.
be abusive. Women can be abusive too to men.
Really
that's
bad.
very true.
Really
so,
that's
absolutely. True. But I wanted to address something that Mom said. Like, you just have to have a relationship with God. It's like, because everybody think that, you know, you find a husband, you go to church,
I didn't say that.
But I'm saying like this. Dad was a different type of man back then. Like, we're talking, this is 2022. The church men, they need help so badly. Like,
totally different.
My thing too with all of that, that's why you really have to know who you are and enjoy your singleness. That way can't nobody step up to you. Because when you're a woman and got it going on, men have a problem stepping up to you anyway, even asking for your name. If you look a certain way. You know what I mean? They know who you are.
Assertive.
Absolutely. So we got a couple more minutes, and I just wanted to say, Mel, a strong mind is like the greatest weapon for your life. Is to have a strong mind.
Yeah, that's good.
When
that's
you have
really
a strong
good.
mind, you see stuff far off before they even come up, because you already know what red flags look like or whatever. You know what I mean? So a strong mind is like the greatest weapon for your life.
Right. Yeah. So if a male is watching this, we need to tell him walk away as well. You know, you know what I'm saying? You have to look for the red flags as well.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
So absolutely. Yes. So we want you. Right. So we want you in this new year to discover who you are. I heard somebody say, and I use it all the time. Somebody said, well, I know Tish was saying you are a blank canvas. I heard somebody say that there is a you who God wanted you to be after you were born. When you were in your mom's womb, there was a you who God created you to be. And then everything you've been through affected that, you know? So you went to a school, and whatever you learned in there, you know, that had an effect on you. And your relationship, they had an effect on you. So in churches, they had an effect on you. And so you became this other you, but we don't know if that's the you who God created you to be. So find the you who God created you to be and walk in that new you in 2022.
Now I have one more. That's so good, Tawanda. That's the end of note. Walk in the new you in 2022.
Yes.
And the person that made the comment that it goes both ways, ladies, not just the men, it's the women too. You know who made the comment, Mama? You said the name about it.
I know who did that.
I want to say Happy New Year.
Yes.
Kim was like, Happy New Year, family. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year, Ken.
Tuning in.
Happy New Year.
Share our videos. We have some great things coming in the new year, and we've been here, we've been going strong. This is like our 50th episode. Woohoo! 50 episodes.
100.
We've been going strong since March. So I just want to tell y'all, tell them Chillin Girls, Happy
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Love you guys.
We love all of our viewers.
Love you.
Good conversation. Bye.